Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. I don't know if I went into why I'm here in Glendale, but it's because I'm doing the whole weekend of Disneyland races. I'm doing a 5K tomorrow, 10K Saturday, and a half marathon on Sunday. Am I crazy? Maybe a little bit, but I went down to the park today and I picked up my um all my my racing bibs, and I made sure that all the people who are tracking me can track me during the race. But the tracking is only for the half marathon. I thought it would be for, all the races, but it isn't. So that's unfortunate, but whatever, it's fine. It's not like it costs anybody anything. I did get a new pair of running shorts that I'm going to be debuting for the 5K tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. Of course, the day before the race, my feet start killing me. And it's just my heels. It really is just my heels. But they are, excuse me, they are in so much pain. It is crazy, but whatever. I made it walking around all fine. It's just at the end of the day they're killing me. So hopefully tomorrow morning they'll be fine. And I know it's crazy because it's like 6 o'clock and I'm going to bed soon. Like I'm seriously like I'm going to bed in like a half an hour. And the reason why is because I want to get as much sleep as possible because I'm waking up at like 2:30 in the morning because then I gotta leave here by 3:45 and go down to Anaheim. So it's just a lot. It's a lot. I'm doing a lot. I'm doing the most. So it's okay though. Whatever. All right. So let's talk about today's episode of one of the reality shows that we're doing, and that is Jackson Brittany, aka Vanderpump Rules. Jackson Brittany take Kentucky. So this was a good episode. Okay. I got to give the producers of the show a lot of credit because they definitely know how to get the audience riled up and to watch the next week, right? So last week I really thought that Britney's Mamaw was gonna lose her shit over the alcohol because the way that it was edited and the preview clips that were given made it seem like, oh god, they are totally busted. And she did mention it, but they had a level of deniability because they didn't technically bring the alcohol into the bonfire. It was one of Britney's friends. Now I don't know. She said it was one of her friends that brought it and they didn't know. Now that last little caveat, and we didn't know, that's the like, oh, I think that's a little bit of a white lie. That we didn't bring it, that's the truth, actually. But so I don't think it was a big deal though. She did, but it wasn't really a big deal because she said that that was the best party she's had since her husband died, and that was actually very sweet. That was really sweet. So, um, okay, so we saw Tom Schwartz. Well, first of all, we saw a lot of flashbacks to Vanderpump Rules, which is good. I like that a lot. That was good. And we saw Tom Schwartz, which is great. Um, but so here's the thing. You know, Brittany's sister has kids, and that she had her children out of wedlock, and Jax had some questions about that, and he asked her if she minded if, he asked her a personal question, and he asked her, look, do you mind, what was it like having children out of wedlock? And there was a slight pause, and Brittany looked a little mortified, but then she answered. She's like, she didn't. She answered him, but she didn't really answer the question, right? So, but I will give Brittany's mom a little bit of credit because Brittany said, as soon as she got pregnant, I went on birth control. My mom put me on birth control. I was like, okay, well, that's good. That's good. Um, so, Jax did point it out though in the series. He said, it's really weird that all these people are these crazy, all of Britney's friends are these crazy single moms, and they're basically just all sitting around having kids, which to an outside observer, that's kind of true, right? So, and I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing at all, right? But it's very difficult to hold someone to a higher standard then other people are held in your community and they all believe the same thing. So that's kind of weird. And what I mean by that is like, they're really getting on to Jax about marrying Brittany. They're like, you've got to marry Brittany. And I mean, whatever. That's between them if they're going to get married or not. That's really, none of our business, or we don't have any say in that. But just from as a viewer of the show, I just wonder, why are they so keen to have him marry her? Like, if he's having cold feet, if he is not ready to marry her, then don't you want her to not marry him and not have kids with him? She's obviously not going to have children until she gets married. And that is because the way she was raised. So that's good. You should be grateful for that, right? So that's good, right? She's 27, so she's got a good deal of time before the baby making factory stops. And even now with medical technology nowadays, you can freeze your eggs and you can have babies much later than you had even thought you could before. So that is another thing as well. But I just don't understand why. I mean, I get that they love Jax and they want Jax in the family, but I think putting that much pressure, putting the full court press on him is not the best way to go about it. I think that they're going to end up alienating him if they keep, I mean, like I said, this is episode 2. So we'll see how the season plays out, Just as a viewer, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if they keep pushing him, it's not going to be good, right? It's not going to end well. And in a way, like, it's great that they like him. That's wonderful. And it's good that he is likable, right? That's good, right? Because I mean, Sherry, Brittany's mother, knows all the crap that Jax has done in his life. And I've already talked about that on a Sudsy recap about Vanderpump Rules back in the day, so you can look that up. But I will say this. He knows about the times he's lied, the times he's cheated. And those are like, to me, those are really bad things. So if he's, not so sure about marrying your daughter, why do you, then don't let them get married. I mean, like, then just let them not get married. And that's fine. Right? I don't know. It just seemed that whole thing just seems kind of backwards and weird to me. Like, I get that they're protective of her and they don't want him wasting her time. I understand that. But A, she's got a lot of time. B, she's a grown-up, and if she wants to waste it, that's her business. And C, maybe he isn't wasting her time. He just doesn't know it yet. I mean, but, out there where they're from in Kentucky, I guess, real quick and you have relationships, very young. And that's not how things are done in Los Angeles, I'll tell you that much. But, we'll see. I'm just a gay guy, right? I don't really, I'm still hoping to get my MRS degree. that probably won't happen. It's okay. So I'm definitely looking for, so next week, on next week's episode, they kind of had little teasers of next week's episode. And one of the scenes that they showed, well, they actually showed 2 scenes that really kind of made me perk my eyebrows like that. And one of them was Brittany's dad, talking to Jax about marrying Brittany, and I'm just thinking, oh God, just shut the fuck up. I mean, just let it go, right? And the other one was Brittany's best friend, because he is basically saying that Brittany is showing slight signs of depression, which I don't think that's now. What kind of irritates me is that Brittany's dad thinks that he's just using that as an excuse and he's going to put this on her why he doesn't want to marry her. I don't think Jax would do that. I really don't. So, I mean, I don't know him personally, though. I don't know. Maybe he would, but I just don't think so. I mean, I've watched him on the show for years, so I don't know. I don't see it. But, so but again, even if if that's the case, then be grateful, right? Would you rather he get married to her and then he starts saying, oh, well, Brittany's losing her spark and then I want a divorce? Would you rather have a child that's divorced? I wouldn't, right? I don't know. Anyways, the other scene they showed was Brittany's best friend kind of going crazy on Jax because he talked about, her going through a depression and he's concerned about her, which again, if I was and maybe when they're done with this trip, maybe she was just homesick and that's all she needed. Maybe she was a little depressed because she missed everyone back home. She's seen them and now she's fine, right? That could be, right? But they got all upset and her best friend started screaming at him. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out too, because I, I I mean, if he is her man and he feels about her a certain way and he wants to get her help because he thinks there might be a problem and he mentions it to her friends, I don't know why they get so defensive. I don't know why they don't say, "Oh, I can see how you think that, but she's just homesick." Oh, maybe, but we'll find out. Or you know what I'm saying? Like it just we'll see. But again, they could have edited it completely that way to make us feel a certain way, which they're really good at. So we'll see how this goes next week. Anyways, wish me luck for my race tomorrow. Thank you so much for logging on today, everyone. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Angel Benton. You can hashtag Jax Loves Brittany to talk about Vanderpump Rules, Jax and Brittany Take Kentucky. Or you can also hashtag Days to talk Days of Our Lives, which I'm doing tomorrow. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a great day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.